My sister destroyed my architecture thesis for fun. Dad laughed at my tears. 10 years later, I bought the house they lost to her debts. I came home from the library at midnight to find my thesis project scattered across the living room like confetti after a parade nobody wanted. 3 months of architectural models, hand-drafted blueprints, and research portfolios reduced to shredded paper and snapped balsa wood. My sister Melissa sat on the couch eating ice cream, watching a reality show with the volume turned up high enough to rattle the windows. "What did you do?" My voice cracked. The model of the sustainable housing development I designed for my final project looked like someone had taken a hammer to it. Weeks of precision work destroyed in what must have been minutes. She glanced over, spoon halfway to her mouth. "Relax, it's just school stuff. Build another one. This is due in 4 days." 4 days, Melissa. So dramatic. She rolled her eyes and turned back to the television. "It's not like you're curing cancer, Tyler. It's just little houses made of sticks." I heard footsteps on the stairs. Dad appeared in his bathrobe, squinting at the mess. I waited for him to say something, to demand an explanation from Melissa, to show even a flicker of concern. Instead, he looked at my face, saw the tears I couldn't hold back, and started laughing. "Come on, son. They're just models. Your sister was probably bored." He walked to the kitchen and opened the refrigerator. "You've got time to fix it. Stop being so sensitive. I have a presentation in front of the entire architecture faculty." My hands were shaking. This was everything. "Then I guess you'd better get started." He pulled out a beer and walked back upstairs without another glance at the destruction. Melissa smirked at me over her shoulder. "Daddy's right. Stop being such a baby." I stayed up for 72 hours straight. My roommate at the dorms, Marcus, helped me raid every craft store within 20 miles. We rebuilt what we could, but the detail work was gone. The research portfolio I'd printed at the specialty shop downtown had cost me $200 I didn't have. Melissa had torn every page in half. I stapled them back together and reprinted what I could afford, leaving gaps where my budget ran out. The presentation went poorly. Professor Hamilton kept asking about the missing sections, the rough edges on the model, the incomplete cost analysis I hadn't had time to redo. I passed, barely, with a grade that knocked my GPA down just enough to lose the graduate assistantship I'd been counting on. The funding I needed to continue my education disappeared because I got a B- instead of an A. When I confronted Dad about it later, he was washing his car in the driveway. Melissa sat on the porch rail filing her nails. "You need to talk to her," I said. "She cost me my assistantship. Do you understand what that means?" He sprayed the hood and wiped it down with slow, deliberate movements. "You're 22 years old, Tyler. Maybe it's time you learned the world doesn't stop just because you have a school project. Your sister made a mistake. People make mistakes. She did it on purpose. She told me she was bored. She's young. She doesn't think before she acts." He moved to the other side of the car. "You want me to punish her? Ground her?"